Scrooge goes home, Scene 2. Scrooge, talking to the little girl. Hold it quiet. There, off now. That's it. High. Black as pitch. Light the street. That's it. You're a bright lad. Good to see that. Earn your supper, boy. You'll not go hungry this night. Home. You know the way, do you? Yes, that's the way. The house of Ebenezer Scrooge. As the two find their way to Scrooge's house, the audience sees and hears a brief image of a cathedral interior with a living creche and a large choir singing Amen. The image ends in a blackout. The lights come up immediately, and Scrooge is at his door. Hold the light up, boy, up! The girl with the lantern disappears. Where did he go, boy? No matter, that's a penny saved. Lantern's gone out. No matter, a candle saved. Yes, here's the key. He turns with the key toward the door, and Marley's face swims out of the darkness. Scrooge watches, unable to speak. He fumbles for a match, lights the lantern, and swings it toward the figure, which melts away. There's a pause, and then Scrooge fits the key in the lock and turns it as the door suddenly is opened from the inside by the porter, Sparsit. Scrooge is startled, and then recovers. Sparsit? Sparsit says, yes, sir. Scrooge says, hurry, hurry, the door, close it. Sparsit, did you lock it, sir? Scrooge, knock? What's the matter? Here, light me up the stairs. Sparsit says, yes, sir. He leads Scrooge up the stairs. They pass the cook on the way. Scrooge brushes by her, stops, looks back, and she leans towards him. The cook says, something to warm you, sir? Porridge? Scrooge, what? No, nothing. The cook, waiting for her Christmas coin. Merry Christmas, sir. Scrooge ignores the request, and the cook disappears. Mumbling, Scrooge follows Sparsit. Scrooge, looking back after the cook is gone. Fright a man nearly out of his life. Merry Christmas. Bah! Sparsit, your room, sir. Scrooge says, Oh, yes, and good night. Sparsit extends his hand for his coin. Merry Christmas, sir. Scrooge, yes. He sees the outstretched hand. He knows what Sparsit wants, and he is infuriated. Out! He closes the door after Sparsit, turns towards his chamber, and discovers the charwoman directly behind him. Charwoman, warm your bed for you, sir? Scrooge, what? Out! The charwoman, aye, sir. She starts for the door. Marley's voice is heard mumbling something unintelligible. Scrooge, what's that? Charwoman, me, sir? Not a thing, sir. Scrooge, then good night. Charwoman, good night. She exits, and Scrooge pantomimes shutting the door behind her. The voice of Marley over an offstage microphone whispers and reverberates. Merry Christmas, Scrooge. Silence. Scrooge hears the voice, but cannot account for it. He climbs up to an open window and looks out. A cathedral choir is singing, "O come, all ye faithful," is heard in the distance. Scrooge listens a moment, shuts the window, and prepares for bed. As soon as he has shut the sound out of his room, figures appear. They seem to be coming down from the main aisle of a church, bearing gifts to the living creche. The orchestra plays "O Come All Ye Faithful" as the procession files out. Scrooge, ready for bed, warms himself over the heap of coals. As he pulls his nightcap from a chair, a small handbell tumbles off to the floor. Startled, he picks it up and rings it for reassurance. An echo answers it. He turns and sees the little girl on the street. She is swinging her doll, which produces the echo of his bell. Scrooge escapes to his bed. The girl is swallowed up in the darkness. The bell sounds grow to a din. incoherent as in a dream, then suddenly falls silent. Scrooge sits up in bed, listens, and hears the chains of Marley coming down the stairs. Scrooge reaches for the bell, pulled to summon Sparsit. The bell responds with a gong, and Marley appears. He and Scrooge face one another. Scrooge, what do you want with me? Marley, in a ghostly, unreal voice. Much. Scrooge, who are you? Marley says. Ask who I was. Scrooge says, who are you? Marley, in life I was your partner, Jacob Marley. Scrooge goes, he's dead. Marley, 7 years this night, Ebenezer Scrooge. Scrooge says, why did you come here? Marley, I must. It is commanded me. I must wander the night and see what I can no longer share, and what I would not share when I walked where you do. Scrooge says, and must go thus? Marley, the chain, look at it, Ebenezer, study it. Locks and vaults and golden chains. I forged it, each link. Each day when I sat in these chairs, commanded these rooms. Greed, Ebenezer Scrooge, wealth. Feel them, know them. Yours was as heavy as this I wear 7 years ago, and you have labored to build it since. Scrooge says, if you're here to lecture, I have no time for it. It is late. The night is cold. I want comfort now. Marley says, I have none to give. I know not how you see me this night. I did not ask it. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day. I am commanded to bring you a chance. Ebenezer, heed it. Scrooge, quickly then, quickly. Marley, you will be haunted by 3 spirits. Scrooge, ha, ha! Is that the chance? Marley said, mark it. Scrooge goes, I do not choose to. Marley says ominously, then you will walk where I do, burdened by your riches, your greed. Scrooge says, spirits mean nothing to me. Marley, slowly leaving, expect the first tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1, the second on the next night at the same hour, and the third upon the next night, when the last stroke of 12 has ended. Look to see me no more. I must wander. Look that, for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us. Scrooge, Jacob! Don't leave me! Jacob! Jacob! Marley says, adieu, Ebenezer. At Marley's last words, a funeral procession begins to move across the stage. A boy walks in front, a priest follows, swinging a censer. Sounds of mourning and the suggestion of church music are heard. Scrooge calls out, Jacob, don't leave me, as if talking in the midst of a bad dream. At the end of the procession, it is a little girl, swinging her doll and singing softly. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays, all the pretty little horses. She stops singing and looks up at Scrooge. Their eyes meet, and she solemnly rings the bell. The doll in greeting. Scrooge pulls shut the bed curtains, and the girl exits. The bell sounds are picked up by the bells of a leper who enters, dragging himself along. The leper calling out, Leper, leper, stay the way! Leper, leper, keep away! He exits, and the clock begins to chime, ringing the hours. Scrooge sits up in bed and begins to count the chimes. 8, 9, 10, 11. It can't be. 12. Midnight? Not 12. It can't be. I haven't slept the whole day through. 12. Yes, yes, 12 noon. He hurries to the window and looks out. Black. 12 midnight. I must get up. A day wasted. I must go down to the office. Ching, ching. 1/4 past. But it just rang 12. 15 minutes haven't gone past. Not so quickly. Ching, ching. 1/4 to 1. The spirit. It's to come at 1. He hurries to his bed. as the chimes ring again. One!